Yeah, there. It's just underneath.
We'll now hear AB 854.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Chair and members,
Weber.
or is it good evening? I can't remember in this room. It's afternoon. It's still 4 o'clock. Oh, is it 5? I don't know. I want to start by accepting the amendments that have been reflected in the analysis and thank the committee staff for their great work. Several reports and studies have established that foster youth face unique educational challenges. A recent report issued by SRI International looked at 1 year of our local control funding formula for foster youth and found the differing definitions of foster youth in the foster youth services and the LCFF statutes were causing confusions at local levels, such that not all youth were identified for services and were falling through the cracks. The researchers also found that the district needed expert support to best meet the needs of foster youth. Children and youth in foster care experience many transitions as they move from home to home that often result in multiple school transitions. County collaboration across agencies and with school districts is key to ensuring the academic success of a foster youth. LCFF gave school districts a new charge to plan and provide for students in foster care. This bill would provide the supports they need to meet the charge so that they can improve the education outcomes of children in their care. This bill, AB 854, it seeks to align the Foster Youth Services Program with the local control funding formula to ensure the effective implementation of foster care. My staff has written a number of things, but let me just simply say that currently under LCFF we try to serve all foster youth. Under the Foster Youth Services, they only provide services for kids who are not in the homes of their relatives. So, which means that kids who, and we want, as we did last year, to encourage young people to be placed with relatives, because that provides a greater sense of stability for the children. But if they're placed with relatives, they don't get all the services, the counseling support, the academic support that they need. And LCFF is saying we should count all those kids. So there's a disconnect between Foster Youth Services and LCFF in terms of definition of foster kids. We're trying to align that to make that one definition so that all kids who are in foster care, whether with their relatives or with non-relatives, have access to the services that LCFF is offering. Many of our schools are struggling trying to identify kids. We need the support of Foster Youth Services that are experts in helping and providing support. And so this bill then would align those two groups so that all of our foster kids will be able to get the care. We have some witnesses with us today. I'll have them introduce themselves to talk about this bill.
Good evening, Chairman O'Donnell and members of the committee. Thank you, Dr. Weber, for being such a strong educational leader in closing the achievement gap for our students in foster care. My name is Jackie Wong. I'm the California Director of Foster Ed, an initiative of the National Center for Youth Law focused on improving the educational outcomes of system-involved youth. By way of background, I'm a trained school-based social worker who decided to take the school service and support path after a teaching internship in Richmond, California. I'm also a former school district administrator for the Oakland Unified School District, who helped design OUSD's first foster youth education program. I also spent 6 years with the California Department of Education as the state coordinator for the Foster Youth Services Program, providing guidance to and administering the FYS grant, before leaving to take a post with former Senate President Pro Tem Darrell Steinberg as his human services consultant during the passage of the local control funding formula. I'm hopeful that I might be able to provide a 360-degree lens to this conversation related to improving ed outcomes for students in foster care, and how we can better understand how to fulfill the promise of LCFF for our children. Many in the education arena have heard and been a part of the discussions. Completed research are familiar with the concept of closing the achievement gap. Many are also familiar with a disproportionate number of African American and Native American children in foster care, and the fact that the majority of children in foster care are Latino. The data that I am going to share highlights this nexus and what WestEd has called the invisible achievement gap of the students who have been removed from their homes due to neglect and abuse through no fault of their own. But more importantly, these are students for whom the state is the parent. Again, the state is the parent because we have decided to remove them from their home. 58% of our 12th graders in foster care graduated from high school versus 79% of low-income students. In a single year, 8% of our foster youth will have dropped out of school, which is 3 times the rate of all students. About a third change schools at least once during the school year compared to 8% of low-income students or 7% of all students. Our foster youth represent a larger group of students identified for special education services, 18% versus 8% of all low-income students. And only 2% or less are in GATE programs versus 6% of low-income students. 11% of our foster youth are in non-traditional schools versus 3% of all students or low-income students. Informed by these data, the Local Control Funding Formula was enacted and created a new opportunity for the County Office of Education operated Foster Youth Services Program to enhance and leverage their expertise in fulfilling the promise of educational access and equity for students in foster care. When the FOIS program was created approximately 40 years ago, 20 years ago for County Offices of Education approximately, these data were not available, and many of the primary functions of the COE FYS program was to focus on direct supplemental services for foster youth. One might argue that the work of the COE FYS programs and thoughtful investments made to expand and protect FYS by the legislature paved the way to expand and for LCFF to include students in foster care as a unique subgroup. With that said, the new education finance landscape shifts the roles of the COE FYS program priorities. Due to the decades of experience in this complex education arena, FYS programs are uniquely positioned to support an integrated framework between school districts, COEs, child welfare, the courts, probation, and CBOs. Child welfare, the courts, and probation are county-driven systems, and therefore the most efficient integrated education approach to LCFF implementation would be to leverage interagency collaborations through the County Offices of Education. The changes proposed in this bill seek to align or streamline the FYS program to support systemic efficiencies that will better meet the needs of our foster youth who must grow up and be raised by multiple bureaucracies that seek to play the role of parent. This bill also seeks to expand the scope of the FYS program to serve all youth identified as foster youth under the Local Control Funding Formula definition to support the necessary continuity of service and support for all foster youth. This bill represents the best practices that have been seeded and embraced by several FYS programs throughout the state as they have begun conversations about how to best support school districts in the implementation of LCFF. In these counties, the key to the success of foster youth education efforts have been the collaborative approach to building programs that are youth-centered, and the interagency expertise of the FYS programs are valued. More importantly, it creates an educational environment and culture that builds upon the strength of our resilient children and youth in foster care instead of developing supplemental strategies that build upon their deficiencies. This bill seeks to change the educational story and trajectory of our children. As we reflect back on the educational data for foster youth, I ask the members of the committee to consider whether or not the state has done all it can in its role as parent to support our children. 75% of our children in foster care have a strong desire to graduate from college, but less than 5% actually graduate from college. How have we supported the educational dream of our children in foster care? Have we done right by them? I ask that you vote aye on this very needed bill. I'm also happy to answer any technical questions that you might have, but before I do so, I would like to introduce DeAngelo Cortijo, the real voice of why we're doing this.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is DeAngelo Cortijo. I am 21 years old, and I was born in San Francisco. At age 3, I was taken from my mother when she attempted suicide and placed under legal guardianship with my grandparents. For the next 5 years, I had a normal life. I went to preschool, Paul Revere Elementary School, made friends, and learned. Then a series of events occurred within my family, and I was abruptly taken from my grandparents and placed back home with my mother. My life was turned upside down. Several months later, I was placed with my alleged father, where I was sexually abused. I was then placed in a foster home, and in the next few years, I amassed over a dozen home placements. By the time I was 11 years old, I had an IEP, been in about 5 different schools, missed countless days, was expelled twice, and was completely lost. This was a crippling blow to the beginning of my education. Looking back on my experience, I wish that the educational system collaborated more, believed in my ability to achieve, and provided the necessary services and support to facilitate a better quality education. If this was in place, I feel like I would have had more opportunities for a fairer start. Unfortunately, this story is true for thousands of youth like me around California. But today, by voting to pass AB 854, which will expand support to students in all foster care placements, make improvements to the Foster Youth Service Program, and establish a Foster Youth Services Director in the California Department of Education, You have the opportunity to help the youth that were behind me, my little brothers and sisters, who still can't find stable homes and are bouncing from school to school, but who need, want, and are entitled to a quality education and a system that is sensitive to their needs. Today, I'm an intern at the National Center for Youth Law and a board member on the Transitional Age Youth Advisory Committee in San Francisco. Please vote to pass AB 854, and thank you for listening to my story.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Michelle Lustig, and I oversee the foster youth services and homeless education services programs for the San Diego County Office of Education. I stuck it out. I'm still here because I am so excited to be able to say that although we started with an opposed position because of some issues with the language of the bill, we are here tonight to say that we are in support of the bill with the amendments that have been agreed to. We worked closely with the author's office and the sponsors to really make sure that the changes that are in this bill will make a difference for our kids, will allow them to do better in school, have better access to services no matter where they are placed, and as they experience the instability that you've heard about, which is just more common in the lives of our children than most people in the state of California are aware. We are very supportive of the bill, and thank you, Dr. Weber, for all your work on this.
Okay, members of the public, if you just state your name, your affiliation, and your position on the bill quickly in support of.
Barrett Snyder, on behalf of the Santa Cruz County Office of Education, appreciate the amendments in support.
Erica Hoffman on behalf of the California School Boards Association, also in support.
Erin Evans on behalf of the Humboldt County Office of Education in support. Thank you.
Joe Michael, Equality California, in support. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sephora Ortiz. I'm a UC Berkeley senior, and I'm in support. I'm also a former foster youth from San Diego County.
My name is Jennifer Martinez. I'm a member of the California Youth Connection and Foster Club. I'm a former foster youth out of Los Angeles, and we do ask that you support this bill. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Tisha Ortiz. I'm a former foster youth from Imperial County. I'm a current student at Cal State East Bay for computer engineering. I strongly support this bill.
Kyle Sporleader with the California Youth Connection. We're in strong support. We have a 15-year-old member of our Santa Clara chapter who's come here today who has some very brief testimony to share.
Hi, my name is Mariah Corder. I'm 15 years old, and I'm a former foster youth. I have been in over 80 foster care placements in just about all of your guys' counties.
Just your name and your position on the bill, please.
Okay, Mariah Corder, and I support.
Thank you.
Precious Watson, please support this bill.
My name is Marcus Strada, former foster youth out of Orange County, and I support this bill.
Barbara Rapati, I would love for you guys to support this bill. Current non-minor dependent of AB 12. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Daniel Berg, and I strongly support this bill.
I'm Roger Chan from East Bay Children's Law Offices, which represents both Alameda County's foster youth in support.
Hi, I'm Shaniqua Arrington, former foster youth from both California and Mississippi, and I strongly support this bill.
Danielle Molay, California Alliance of Child and Family Services, in support.
Liz Guillen with Public Advocates, in support.
Seth Bramble, California Teachers Association. This is a really important piece of legislation. We are processing a support position.
Thank you. Any opposition? Seeing no opposition, any members of the committee wish to comment? Seeing no comments, Ms. Weber, I'm sorry? All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just wanted to thank the author for bringing this forward because sadly we have failed so many of our young people so many times, and our systems don't speak to each other, and that's something that we cannot be proud of, but we can certainly be proud of all of the young adults that we heard from today and your advocacy, and I want to thank you and shout you out. And Mr. Cortino, thank you for your advocacy and the work that you're doing at the East Bay Law Center. And I just want to encourage you. We're proud of you and encourage you to continue. And thank you for bringing forward this bill with the author. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Thurman. Ms. Weber, you may close.
Yes, thank you. I want to say that we do accept the amendments that have been put forth, so there will be, this is the amended bill. I just want to thank those who came today, and I always thank those who work so hard on behalf of our foster youth. Our foster youth, you know, we've made an effort in the past year to highlight foster youth in LCFF in the last 2 years. And as I said, I consistently hear from my schools about how difficult it is to implement without having the cooperation of the various agencies and getting the correct information, the correct list, the correct data and time in order to make a difference. And so schools are eager to work with our foster youth services, and aligning it this way will allow us to meet the needs of all of those. So I ask for your aye vote for the AB 854.
Thank you. Do we have a motion? Mr. Chavez moved. Do we have a second?
Yes.
Mr. Thurman. With that, Madam Secretary, if you could call the roll, please.
The motion is do pass with amendments to Appropriations Committee. O'Donnell?
Aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Chavez? Kim? Aye. Kim, aye. McCarty? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Thurmond, aye. Weber?
Aye.
Weber, aye. It's out.
One bill passed. Appreciate it. Thank you.
5-0, the bill is out. We're now going to move the consent calendar. Item number 5, AB 496. The motion is due pass as amended. Item 2 appropriations. Item number 12, AB 943. The motion is due pass as amended. 2 appropriations. Item number 14, AB 1064. The motion is due pass. 2 appropriations. Item number 15, AB 1204. The motion is due pass as amended. 2 appropriations. Need a motion and a second on the consent calendar. Second. It's been moved and seconded. Madam Secretary, will you call the roll?
O'Donnell?
Aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Chavez? Kim? Aye. Kim, aye. McCarty? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. It's out.
The bill is out. With that, I will now turn to the lifting the calls. We're now ready to lift the calls. The first bill on call is file item number 1, AB 252. The motion is due pass as amended to the Appropriations Committee. The vote is 3-1. The chair's recommendation is, the chair's vote was an aye. Go ahead and call the roll.
Call the absentees.
Call the absentees.
McCarty? Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. It is out. 5-1.
The bill is out 5-1. Now we'll go to file item number 2, AB 319. The motion is due pass as amended to appropriations. The vote is 2-1. I support, but I've not voted. Call the members.
O'Donnell?
Aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Santiago? Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Thurmond, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. The bill is out.
The bill is out. We'll now move to file item number 7. File item 7, AB 566. The motion is due pass as amended to appropriations.
What about 329?
Can we go back to so we're going back to 329. I apologize. So 329. File item number 3, AB 329. The motion is due pass to appropriations. The vote is 3-0. The chair's vote is an aye on file item number 3. Go ahead and lift the call.
Chavez? Kim? No. Kim, no. McCarty? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. The bill is out 4-1.
The bill is out 4-1. We're now going to move to file item number 7, correct? AB 566 O'Donnell, file item number 7.
566. Okay.
Ready?
Yes. Chavez?
The motion is due pass as amended to appropriations.
Yeah, it's straight.
Oh, there are no amendments. Okay.
Straight. It's due pass.
Motion is due pass on AB 566.
Chavez, McCarty, Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. The bill's out.
That bill is out. We're now going to move to AB 575, O'Donnell. The motion is do pass as amended to appropriations. The chair's vote was an aye on file item number 8.
Chavez? Kim? No. Kim, no. McCarty? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. The bill is out 4-1.
Okay, the bill is out. We'll now move to file item number 9. File item number 9, AB 827. The motion is do pass as amended to appropriations. The chair's vote was an aye.
Chavez? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye.
That bill is out. We'll now move to file item number 10, AB 839. AB 839. The chair's vote was a no.
Okay,
File item number 10.
the motion was do pass to appropriations. McCarty? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. It's 3-3, so it's still on call. Oh. AB 839, McCarty.
AB 839, the motion is due pass to appropriations. The chair's vote was a no.
No. You know what? I need to change my vote. I thought we skipped around. I apologize.
Okay, so McCarty, no. Santiago?
Just to be clear, because we skipped around for a second earlier, it's AB.
It's file item number 10, AB 839 by Mr. Allen. It's due pass to appropriations. The chair's vote was a no.
Okay, so Santiago, aye to no.
Okay.
So it's 2-5, so it's
The bill fails. File item number 10. File item number 13, AB 1014. File item 13, AB 10. Mr. Allen has been granted reconsideration on AB 839. We're on file item number 18, or 13 rather, AB 1014. The motion is to pass as amended to appropriations. The chair supports. I need to vote on that. Go ahead and call.
The motion is due pass with amendments to appropriations. O'Donnell?
Aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Chavez? Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. The bill is out 5-0.
5-0. The bill is out. File item number 17, AB 1240. The motion is due pass as amended to appropriations. Go ahead and call the roll. We're on file item number 17. AB 1240 by Mr. Bonta and Mr. Thurman.
Okay. The motion is due pass with amendments to appropriations. McCarty?
Chair's vote was an aye.
Yeah, of course.
Mr. McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. It's out.
That bill is out. File item number 19. File item 19, AB 1358. The chair's vote was an aye. The motion is due pass to appropriations.
Okay. Chavez, McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. Bill is out.
The bill is out. Okay. File item 22, AB 1431.
The motion is due pass with amendments to appropriations. Chavez, McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye.
Okay, we need a second on AB 524 by Mr. Lowe. There is a motion, but we need a second on that. Bill has been moved and seconded. Madam Secretary, call the roll. AB 824.
The motion is due pass with amendments to appropriation. O'Donnell?
Again, I just correction, it's AB 524. O'Donnell, aye.
O'Donnell, aye. Chavez? Kim? No. Kim, no. McCarty?
Aye.
McCarty, aye. Santiago? Aye. Santiago, aye. Thurmond? Aye. Thurmond, aye. Weber? Aye. Weber, aye. The bill is out.
The bill is out.
We did number 4 and 5? Do we do number 4 and 5?
Drop the gavel.
Well, hold on. Can I add on the?
We haven't finished them all yet, have we?
Okay.
Okay, so number.
I can't do them.
I don't think I voted on 4 yet. Are we still lifting, what's up? Okay. Okay. Yeah, why don't we just go through number 4?
We'll wait. Yes, aye.
Oh, that was consent.
This meeting is adjourned.